Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Kizer Mini Paragon. Now, I have had a couple issues with it that we're going to go over. Now, this isn't a full review. It's kind of me just talking about, the things I like about it and the problems I've had. Because I've carried it a little bit. I haven't carried it enough for a review, but I guess the big question is it just, a pocket hog, or is it actually a functional tool? Now, I will say, ergonomically, it is pretty comfortable. It does have a cool factor to it, too, with the look, the grind, the shape. It's definitely something unique, right? You don't see this every day. And the ergos, being so comfortable, actually make it cut pretty good. You have this recurve that kind of traps materials, and I was surprised how well it cut. The blade is pretty broad, so the geometry is better than you would think looking at it. So, passing through materials and things like that, it was awesome. This front end right here, I did do some little light duty chopping with it and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, but, just to kind of have fun with it, because it has that big nose that's a little bit more robust. So, it can kind of handle it. But a couple of the issues I've had is that, well, let's start off with the first one. The first one, I got some detent lash. And it's pretty significant. Like, it's not, I guess it's not as bad as I've seen on some other knives, so it's not horrible, but it's there. It's there. Then you have, when you open it, it has lock rock. That's actually the lock rocking. So it's not play. It does lock up pretty solid. Very easily. The engagement's really good with the lock, but when pressure's applied, especially from the nose, the block bar will rattle a little bit. And it's already at like 80% lockup. So seeing that it's already at 80% lockup, that's kind of, I don't want to mess with the lock bar, right? If it was nice early lockup, I would have no problem messing. And you guys can watch my videos on how to fix this issue, because I've done multiple videos. And I could probably fix it myself right here. But I'm afraid doing it, though, that it will be at 100% lockup after. Or I'll strengthen the lock bar and my detent will be just too strong, and because it's already got such a good detent. And that is one thing, man. This thing's got some pretty good action. Really quick, I do want to shout out this month's Patreon winners. We have first place, John Bruns won the Riat Exoskeleton. David H. won second place with the Max Ace Black Mirror. Captain Kyle won third place with the Boker Little Friend. Fourth place was Poncho with the Best Tech Exploit. David Wamsley won fifth place with the Spyderco Canis. And number sixth place was Lucky Desperado winning the Kizer Drop Bear. Congratulations to all the winners from Patreon this month. If you're interested in becoming a patron member, everything's always linked down at the bottom of the description. Now, the action on this thing, it has to have a stout detent because it's such a broad blade. It's a lot of blade that it needs, to kick out. So it needs to be a strong detent. So it works already really, really good. You have the thumb flick, and because the hole placement's really good, it's a little bit far away from the side, or from the scale, but lots of leverage. Very easy to pop out there. The reverse flick, though, it can be a little strong at first until the detent breaks in, but it will break in. But just know at first, it's going to be a little difficult to pop it out because the detent is very strong. Lock bar access, really good. Easy to get past the detent. There's no fumbling around on the detent. And it is a fall shut action. With any encouragement, it's a guillotine. But without any encouragement, it's a nice slow drop. So it's not dangerous, but it's a heavy blade and it does come down. Luckily, you do have the flipper tab to block you, so it gives you time to get your finger out of the way. As far as the clip goes, the clip works great in and out of the pocket. I didn't have any issues with it really in the hand. I feel it a little tiny bit right there, but never to the point to where it was really that bad. I do notice in the reverse grip, this is actually pretty comfortable. I don't go straight across. I kind of angle my wrist this way and bring my hand up that way, and it locks in really good, where you can actually get behind things and cut pretty good. Pinch grips are really good. You can kind of use that nose to cut things and use your secondary tip to open things. Pretty cool knife overall. The couple issues I had, aside from those, it is a cool knife. I don't think that would be a common thing between these models. I haven't heard anything from anybody else having these issues. But if you have had these issues, let me know down in the comments. I'd like to hear you guys' feedback if you guys have this model. Like I said, it's probably just mine. But yes, it's a bit of a pocket hog. It's big, it's heavy, it's obnoxious, it's weird, but it does have the cool factor to it. And something about it I do like a lot. Like I said, I do think it does cut good. I like having the ability to kind of chop with it a little bit. Not that it's probably made for that, but, I did it anyways, and I kind of like having the ability to do that. So I think if you know whether or not this is your style, whether or not this is something up your alley. It's not going to be up most people's alley. Most people, this is going to be just entirely way too obnoxious, and it's going to be more of a novelty piece. But for those of you that do like knives like this and do use knives like this, I'm sure they are extremely useful for you and work great. So it's a different type of purpose and carry. But all in all, most things, for cutting are just regular things. And this thing can do those too. Maybe not as efficiently as maybe some other knives, but it can still do it. And it does it with a little bit of style and badassery. But yeah, it is a little bit more of a novelty piece, more so than an extremely useful tool. Aside from the couple little issues I've had, nice big hardware, the sharpening choil, it's okay. With this type of wicked grind, I'm not going to complain about it too much, but this is a thicker grind back here, so it would have been nice to see a better plunge grind. And choil, not that big of a deal. 154 cm, fantastic steel. Kizer does a really good job with it. If you'd like to see a cut test with Kizer's 154 cm and we'll do an edge retention test, let me know down in the comments. Maybe we can pull that off. But anyways, just a quick look at it, a quick talk. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.